Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this edition of Readings from the Radio and Other Stories by Gil Ndi-Shang. Today we are going to Makenene. I stayed a week along, and as we drove past villages and hamlets, I wondered what life could be like in these places. I had the feeling of traveling from Yaoundé to Bamenda in Cameroon. Traveling between Yaoundé and Bamenda, most buses stop at Makenene for passengers to stretch out their bodies cramped for hours between tiny seats and also to chew or sip something. Drivers who heavily refuse to respect the unwritten constitution are faced with a volley of curses and insults in the many languages that flourish in my country. But those cases are rare. Before the bus finds a comfortable spot to park, you are greeted by some entrancing olden day tunes by the impeccable Makenene disco, which often seems to be emanating not from compact discs, but rather from a jukebox or some record player that has defied the rust of time, taking the listener on a journey down to the black and white 50s, 60s, and 70s with untainted originality. You are henceforth on a disco roller coaster that consists of the Romtas, Sally John, San Fantoma, Kassav, Charlotte Mbango, Yvonne Shaka Shaka, Zouk Machine, Bebe Manga, Brenda Fassie, Elvis Presley, etc., resuscitating long memories of the bygone heydays. Makenene is a place where broken French meets broken English, as tired banknotes change hands after brief bargains, where leftover foodstuffs and fresh delicacies are marketed with the same lethargic zeal or zealous lethargy, a place where you know you have reached a threshold, but there is still distance to be covered. Be they a young niece or nephew full of dreams and illusions traveling to Yaoundé for their very first time to stay with their uncle or auntie. Be they a high school student embarking on a university life in Yaoundé University 1 or 2, or a casualty of city life returning to village for good. A bride or groom traveling home for knock-door. A bereaved family member traveling home to bury a departed friend or another family member. Makenene leaves its deep imprints on every sojourner and traveler. We have 20 minutes, and if anyone does not respect the time, we will leave them behind, announces the driver or his motorboy as the bus prepares to depart. Half awake, you scape and elbow your way through the crowded and gullied alleys of the market, looking for your choice amongst roasted fish, egusi pudding, roasted plums and plantains, bushmeat, in fact, everything, depending on the season. Sometimes, some people prefer to gulp a fast bottle of beer, one for the road, the saying goes. It happens that you meet a supposedly old friend you have never seen for years at that moment of passage and transit, or you greet a supposedly old friend with elation just to discover that he or she is not the one you thought you knew. Some hop into the wrong bus after the boozing and the quarrel over seats begins. When the latter finally finds his or her buzz that has been blaring for the missing passenger, he or she, both tipsy and drowsy, is faced with invectives from the impatient passengers. Some of these fellows who have made others wait for long answer back, while others remain provocatively silent, consciously or unconsciously. The music, the night, all these always turn Makenene into a somewhat surreal space, and I wonder what life is in that place beyond the utosphere of that spot, that market spot in the night. The transient disjuncture caused by that time-space procures a certain inexpressible jouissance. The last time I passed in Makenene, I could not avoid singing Olivia Newton-John's Country Roads, Take Me Home. That was coming from the Makenene disco. All my memories gathered around her. Miner's lady, stranger to blue water, dark and dusty, painted on the sky, misty taste of moonshine, teardrops in my eye, country roads, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home, country roads, take me home. Thank you.